It's a beautiful fall October day. We're going to spend it fishing perch and smallmouth.
Jumbo perch. We're going to get a bunch more. You're going to see our live well full of these before we're done. Typical fall smallie, nice and thick, beautiful colors.
And we're whipping up some pheasant stew. 9 million acres of forest, 1,700 miles of continuous shoreline, 4,300 lakes, 12,000 miles of streams, more than 300 waterfalls, 15 counties, 2 time zones, and 1 area code. Welcome to the Upper Peninsula. Welcome to 906 Outdoors. .906 Outdoors is brought to you by Cooking Wild Seasonings. Make it fresh, make it yours. Give me a home where the yellow perch roam and the skies are not cloudy all day. October temperatures in the UP can range from the 20s to the 70s. On this October day, it leaned toward the 70s, and we never spotted a single cloud all day. I hooked up with fishing guide Brian Claremont along with Jody Korch for a day on the water. We started out with some perch for cooking.
There you go, Jode. That's a keeper.
And ended with some bass for catching.
They are so much fun to catch. All right, this morning we're doing a little bit of bobbering, just 5 feet down, red hook for perch. We're fishing perch, of course. I like a split shot up about that far. You gotta have a little red bead on there. Them perch really like them beads. Also, something else that's been working good is what I call a perch killer, which is a flasher with a drop line, with a bead, of course, and then a minnow. And we've been using these bigger minnows because we've been getting bigger perch on them. So we've been using the bigger ones. The perch bite has been fantastic. It should just get better. This is usually good in here right up till about the middle of January, so first ice will be good. I've been cleaning lots of perch lately, and perch are the second best fish there is to eat. I like brookies the best, #1 for me. Yay! Ooh, it's a nice one too. Oh, I gotta stand up. Here's exactly what we're looking for here, Bri. Oh yeah, look at that. Bigger minnow, bigger fish. That's a nice sized perch, nice eater. About a 9-incher. And we should get lots of these today. Just starting out a little slow, but usually is a little slow in the morning and it just picks right up. So there's #1. We'll get the clicker into the live well. What happens, I just caught a perch on this minnow, and your hole gets beat up on your minnow, so if you put that back down, it's gonna fall off. But what I do is I just take a little piece of plastic here and cut it off. Like that. I like to use red because it looks like blood. And then what I do is I stick it on the hook after the minnow's on there, like this. Now when that minnow pulls on that hook, it's not going to pop off because it's got that piece of plastic on there. And then you got a little bit of color, a little bit more red on there. Don't hurt. We've been doing pretty good, so let's catch another one. You were there. There he is. He's just touching it. Oh yeah, there he is. Wee, a little guy. They have to be little before they get big, right? So that's just a little guy. We'll throw him back in. Next year, he'll be a keeper and a eater. Nice job, Mr. Korch. Click #2. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that, jumbo perch. That's a little better than the ones we've been catching, eh, Bri? That's gotta be, what, 11? That's a nice perch. We're gonna get a bunch more. You're gonna see our live well full of these before we're done. Let's get another one. I gotta get bait on and get her back in there. The camera's on there. There we go. Good one?
Nice.
All right, Jody.
Perch.
Nice one. You're done too with that perch. Oh, you got it right. This is a nice one too. I actually seen him bite it. And these are the plastics I use. This black and white's been working really good. And again, you can see I got my minnow saver on there. A little tip with your plastics when you're putting your jigs on. I pre-rig these all at home. What I do is before I slide the jig all the way up the shaft, I put just a little bit of super glue on there and then slide the plastics, and you look, see how nice it's on there? Because usually the fish pull it off right away. Where that one's on there nice and tight, they'll cut the ends off instead of pulling the plastic back. Just a little tip for you. They're pretty and they taste good too. Like I said, the only thing that beats this fried is a brook trout fried in butter and just lawyer seasoning salt. That's the best fish there is to eat, is brookies, but this is number 2 in my book. They are so good. And that's a nice 10, solid 10, 10 and a half.
Today's show is brought to you in part by Rapid River Knife Works, home of Michigan's largest custom knife factory showroom.
What we're doing here is we're fishing. You can see the bay in the background. This is there's an island, kind of marsh island on the side of us here, but it kind of wraps around. And what this is a big weed flat in here. And what happens in the fall when that water temperature gets down about 65 degrees, that's pretty close to the preferred temperature of a perch that they like to live in. And then there's all these minnows in here and all these bugs and everything else. So they come in here in the fall to feed up, beef up, finish their egg production and get ready for the spring to do their spawn. So, and then of course the predators follow them too. We got northerns in here and dogfish, etc, etc. And these fish will lay in here till maybe mid-January or so, and then they'll go back into deeper water, but not real deep because they come up in the shallows to spawn too. So, and then like I said, then we get a real good pike bite on the other side. It's all sandy. So like last ice, there's a bunch of creek beds that come out and stuff. Last ice, those pike come in and they eat frogs. They dig in the sand, and they're eating the perch too because the perch are in here. So it's just like a big food shelf in here is what it is. So this is a real good bite. It'll go on for a while here. It just started with the big ones. There we go. There's another keeper. There's another keeper. I like these size better to eat, personally. I like the 7 and 9s, which that is about an 8-incher. Them go in a tumbler really nice. They tumble up quick. And you get your oil to 360 degrees and you drop these fillets down about a minute 15, minute 30, and they're perfect. That might have been the one I seen before. That's a nice 10, nice eater. They're so pretty, they're just come out of the deep water, so they got the nice orange fins and the nice stripes on them. They're up here looking for a meal. And it's good table fare.
Swallowed the hook. Oh well. Do a little surgery, then we'll eat it.
Oh, he's in them weeds. Go and pull it out for me. There we go. There's a nice one. Look at that. Jig plugged right in his mouth. Choked right down. That's a nice eater right there. That's exactly what we're looking for. Get him in a live well and get another one. Man, we are being plagued by the little ones today. There's some bigger ones around though. Just got to give it some time. Too small. Especially since he swallowed it. That's close to not being keeper, but he's got it swallowed, so he's gonna die. I don't care how many fillets are on a platter. The small ones always disappear first. Am I not right?
It's a bullhead. I thought I had a nice perch.
Slower today, just because the high bluebird skies, all the sun. They seem to be hanging in the weeds a little tighter today. So they're not as active, but we're picking away.
Tasty little morsel.
Boy, the big one's been far and few in between today, but when you do get a nice one, it's a nice one, eh? Another decent one. A little slow today, but hey, we're picking them off one by one. You just got to keep at it. You know, some days we're done in a couple hours, some days it takes a little while.
Tight lip.
So eater.
Close enough. Not other days, but today, throw it in there.
Oh man. You know what? We got 21 keepers today, Bri. I think we should go try to catch some bass. Because when we go fish bass, this is going to be the size bait we use for the bass. So let's go do that, Jody. I had enough of this perch thing for today. 10 far? We'll be back in a while with some big bass.
906 Outdoors is brought to you by Cooking Wild Seasonings. Make it fresh, make it yours.
We're going to be making a pheasant stew. Let's kind of cut these in some mouse-sized pieces here. And then we'll dredge it in a little bit of flour and salt and pepper. I'm going to put a little bit of sage in here and a little bit of poultry seasoning, not too much. Fresh cracked pepper and a little bit of pink salt. And we'll just put these in, get them coated, get these guys in here, get them cooking. Trying to brown them up. I'm not going to cook them all the way through. I just want to get them nice and brown. Got a nice little crust on them. Take these guys out. We'll put our next batch in while this is cooking. So I'm going to dice up a half an onion, some celery. Got some beautiful rainbow carrots that we're going to cut up nice and small. So we're going to add just a little bit more oil, and then in go the vegetables. I'm going to put just a few mushrooms in here, a little bit of salt, and a little bit of pepper. We're going to turn this down to about a medium heat. And we're going to nestle in all of our pheasant. Going to add just a little bit of vegetable broth to our leftover flour. Give it another little drizzle here. And we're going to let this all cook down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this now, and we're going to keep the heat in, and it's going to create a little bit more moisture. The steam will just kind of recycle in there. I've got just a basic biscuit mix, and I've got a little bit of Italian seasoning with a lot of garlic in here, some pepper. We're gonna make some just like little mini biscuits. And then I'm just gonna add some buttermilk. We're not gonna knead these and roll them out. It's just gonna be kind of a quick dough. Some fresh grated Parmesan Romano. These are only gonna take about 8 to 10 minutes. We're gonna finish this with just a little bit of heavy cream. I've just got some butter melting in a pan here. And we're gonna use the rest of our seasoning that we had. We've got a little bit of our Parmesan, and there you go.
We shifted gears a bit and moved to another spot on the river. Bigger rods, bigger bait, and bigger fish. And still not a cloud in the sky.
First cast bass fishing here, and I got one going. Oh, here we go. We're hooked up. How big it is. Oh, it's biting now. Yeah, probably gonna need a net on this, Jode. Yep, I'm gonna need a net on this one. Oh yeah, nice smallie. Not a giant, but a nice one. We'll take it. Here she comes. And right over to me, Jode. Oh, and it didn't swallow it either, as long as I had it. Not bad for the first cast today, hey? The perch fishing was a little slow, so we decided to change gears. And in the fall, what happens here is these bass migrate from upriver in their haunts, and they winter down by the dam here. So what they do off these deep water points, they kind of pile and they go up and feed. Put this one back and we'll get another one. Well, once that water temperature gets in the high 50 range, these fish like to pile on these points because they're getting ready to winter. I got one going here. Here we go. Oh, that's a nice one. And it's all water temperature driven. You see that one popped off. They're not biting it really hard today. Most of the fish have been hooked right in the tip, so they're just not on a real good feeding binge here, but they're starting to pile here. This will get better as time goes on. Like it says, that water temperature drops are at 58.2. We should be that upper 50 degree range. They really start to pile in here. So there we go. We got another fish going. Give them a little bit here. Just reel down. Pull. Ooh, that's a good one. I'm gonna set it again. Where you at, Jody? I don't want to get tangled with you. Oh yeah, that's a nice fish. Weehaw! Look at that. Ooh, that's a nice one. These bass, inch for inch, pound for pound, and these mag rods, I just love them. For bass and walleyes, they're phenomenal. Staying down. Yeah, this is like an 18-incher, I think. Oh yeah. Nice fish. There you go, Jody. Scoop him up. Look at that, barely hooked. And I gave him a while too. You see where that hook is? Right at the tip of the mouth. It's a nice little chunk. Typical Paul Smalley. Nice and thick. Beautiful colors. Like I said, inch for inch, pound for pound, these fish are fun. They are a blast. Let's get this one back in the drink. There we go. Set the hook twice on him, make sure. Oh, yeah. Or I can just throw this one in, Jody. It's a smaller one. Woohoo, look at that. He's small, but they are full of pea and vinegar for sure. Look at that. Double header. Oh, that's bigger fish than I thought it was. That's why. Need a net? Can you flip them? This is a bigger fish than I thought. Crap. Good to get the whole double shot, Jody. Get this one unhooked. Did you get him?
I got him.
Not bad. Double, eh?
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll get some more doubles today. We'll get some bigger ones too. Let's get some more. Back in the drink. What we're doing today for these bass is, I call it bass candy. We're using a live sucker with a Kaylee hook, with a little split shot, with a piece of fluorocarbon, and with a little minnow saber. And what we're doing is we're throwing that out, and you kind of watch your line will jump. And you got to give them, you got to kind of bow down to the fish to set a hook. And these Kaylee hooks almost always get them in the corner of the mouth. It's a lot of fun. Plastics work too, but this sucker thing is a lot of fun. It is. There we go, hooked up again. Ooh, this is a better fish, I think, here. The leaves floating in the water, he's barely hooked again. Go ahead, scoop him up, Joe. Here he comes. Oh, oh, oh. There you go, nice job. And they're all about the same size. This is a little bit bigger, but they sure are porky, eh? They're built. Again, Kaylee hooked right in the corner of the mouth. Pops right out. Pop like that. They're just pretty. They are so much fun to catch. All right, baby girl. We'll catch you when you get bigger. In the drink. There we go. Got that one. Oh, look at a pike. Not rocket. Unfortunately, you catch some of these, but they're still fun to catch anyway. Something to do. Now I smell like a pike. Jody got one. Nice job, Jody Corch. He's coming up. Oh, that's a nice fish, Jody. That's a nice fish. Yeah, the water temperature's prime time for doing this. These fish are piled up, they're stacked up. We haven't been here very long, but I've been fishing this river for 21 years. That's a tank, Jody. So I know where these fish are by water temperature. Oh, I missed them. Bring them up again. Pull them right up. There we go. Nice fish, Jody. Oh yeah, that's a tank. Look at that. There's a 20. That's awful close. That's at least 4 pounds, maybe 4.5. Oh, that's a tank. Look at that. Nice fish.
River smallmouth. Can't beat them. He's all.
Nice job, Jody.
906 Outdoors is brought to you in part by Blades Bait and Tackle, your year-round connection to fishing Badenoch.
Oh yeah, that's a tank. They're all tanks though. They're all built good. You don't want nothing to do with the net. There you go. There's another nice smallie. It's about 18. See that hooked right? Every fish we've caught today almost have been hooked right there, right at the tip or in the corner. That's a nice smallie. I love that red eye they got. Hook came right out. Just pretty fish, and they fight so good. This time of year, they're pretty. We get her back in the water. For another day. Nicely done. The fall is like my favorite time to catch bass. It's just that they pile up. Oh, I got one going here. Oh, and I missed them. Oh, that was a nice one too. But the fall time here is, they just pile up. They're all stacked together. Pretty easy pickings. I can't see them. Take them out of that right away.
Nice beautiful Menominee River smallmouth. Not too big, but chunky. We'll let it go and grow. See you next year.
Yep, fall can be cold. Wind, rain, snow, or it could be a day like this. No clouds, no wind, just fall colors along the shore of a quiet, calm river. And fishing. As our day on the water came to a close, the sun traded off with the moon and we fished our way back to the landing. I couldn't help but wonder what others were doing. How many others were on the water? On some lake or river somewhere, enjoying the weather and a sunset. Or maybe out in the woods hunting. Or out fixing up a deer blind. How many were out enjoying the end of this gorgeous October day? Yep, fall can be cold. But sometimes it can dish out some of the most perfect weather of the year. Oh, and I wonder how many were heading home from just such a day to whip up a fresh perch dinner. Feel free to join us on Facebook or visit us at 906outdoors.com. Thanks for watching, and we invite you to join us next week for another adventure right here on 906 Outdoors.